What's up guys, Chris from Morecast. So today is going to be a shorter tackle talk due to my GoPro being lost. Now a quick update on that. I will have a new GoPro by this Monday, so should be able to go ahead and record. I have this GoPro 8 that I'm recording on now. Just have it ran to a battery pack. I don't have any batteries for it or anything, so I'm able to record on it now at home, but by Monday I should definitely have a new GoPro and I should be able to get out and start recording again for you guys. So what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about spoons. So as you can see, I got 3 spoons right here. So I just got a traditional regular gold plated spoon, and then this is the one I've been using the most lately. It's gold plated, it's got a gold sticker with that red eye on it right there. And then I also got this one right here. Now I've thrown this one a couple times. I actually want to experiment with it a little bit more. This one's silver, so it's gold plated, it's got silver sticker, then the red eye right there. I've thrown this one a couple times, didn't have any luck on it so far. I think this one would do better on on the beaches where it's a white sandy, but I think this one would do good for snook though also, or like ladyfish. But I haven't thrown this one enough to really make a decision on it yet. Now all 3 of these spoons are Aqua Dream spoons. They're not too expensive. You can get them for about $7, $7 to $8 depending on where you're getting them from. And one thing that I've learned actually is you can see this one right here, the hook is loose, the screw is loose, and the weed guard is gone. You can actually go on aquadream.com and they'll actually send you a replacement kit. There's replacement kits you can get for the spoon, because this spoon, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not tore up, you know, the split ring is still good, so everything on this spoon still works fine. It's just it needs a new weed guard, and it needs to be, honestly that's all it needs is a weed guard. But you can get a kit and get a hook and a screw and a weed guard off aquadream.com. Now one reason I do like these Aqua Dream spoons is, first, they're weedless. You guys can see in a lot of my videos I don't really pull up weeds with these. I'm able to skip them under the mangroves and get back there without worrying about getting caught. A lot of times if I landed in a tree, I can just pop it out and it lands right in the water, and sometimes it lands right in the water perfectly to where it just falls right down into the water, and sometimes I'll even get a bite like that. But this one right here is the gold plated with the gold sticker, the red eye. This has been the one I've done the best on. The biggest redfish I've caught on a spoon was actually just this regular one. There's a regular gold plated, no sticker, no nothing. But this one has been the one I've been using the most, and I've been catching a lot of reds, a lot of snook, even trout on it. And like I said, this one right here, I haven't caught anything on it yet, but I don't think I've used it enough to actually get an idea on how good it would do for snook or anything like that. Now there's also other types of spoons. You got the Johnson spoon, which is the main one out there. That one has it does have a weedless version, but it also has the treble hooks. The treble hooks I think would be great fishing for trout or for, you know, ladyfish. If you're just trying to get some bait fish, I think it'd do good. It does catch redfish and stuff like that. In my last video with JC, he was using one of those Johnson spoons with the treble hook on the end of it. But the one thing that I noticed when he was throwing it, and I've seen other people throwing them, is you can't really skip it up in the mangroves as well. And lately the best way I've noticed to actually work these spoons is right along the mangrove edge, casting up on the mangroves and working it down. So I really do like these Aqua Dream spoons a lot. Like I said, they skip well, they're pretty durable. I mean, I've caught a bunch of fish on this one right here. I've caught tons of fish on it, and it's still in, you know, tip-top shape. And honestly, I think the only reason this one messed up is because I did hook a shark with this one. But as you can see, the hook isn't really bent. You know, it just loosened the hook a little bit, enough to where the weed guard can fall out. So that's the only issue I had with it so far. Okay, so something I also do with these spoons, and I don't think it's very traditional, I don't think a lot of people do it, but I don't think it actually triggers a bite. But what I do think it does is, I think it does make the fish want to come back and hit it again. Is I'll take and I'll dab some Procure right here on this screw, then I'll work it down the shaft of this hook all the way up to the bend of the hook, and that's it. I'll just put a little bit. I don't put it up here because I don't want to affect the shine of the spoon. I don't put it on the back because, like I said, I don't want to affect any of the shine that the spoon is putting off. I only put it on the screw, then down the base of the hook. I want to talk about the time of day to use these spoons. Now, I don't think there's an actual specific time to use them. I think they work during all conditions. I've noticed that I've used them on cloudy, windy days. I've used them on just cloudy days. I've used them in sunny days, and I've caught fish in all of these different elements. I've used it in the rain, so I don't think there's a specific time or place to use a spoon. I think honestly you could throw it at any time and you're gonna catch fish on it. Alright guys, so this part of the tackle talk, I want to do some on the water footage. So I want to talk about how to retrieve a spoon. So the best way I found how to retrieve a spoon is you keep your rod tip down and just reel it in pretty slow. You want it to be bouncing off the bottom almost. Now I try to keep it as low to the bottom as I can without picking up a lot of grass. So right here I actually hooked into a fish. It ended up being a snook, and even keeping it low, even though the snook hit the top of the water, they hit more mid-column, they still do hit it when you keep it low, because sometimes you just speed up a little bit and it will actually raise up a little bit and they're able to whack it pretty hard. Now on this one I was reeling it really slow. I pitched it right up in the mangroves, kept my rod tip low. I ended up catching a redfish on this one. But the retrieve that I found that works the best is keep your rod tip down, reel it at a nice slow pace. I haven't caught one yet reeling it in fast at all. So 90% of the time, I'm keeping it at a nice steady pace and they're hitting it. I've even had it to where they hit it on the drop. I'd throw it and I'd let it fall, because that's normally what I do. When I make the first cast, I'll let it fall down into the water column, then I'll start to reel it in slow. But this is the last redfish I caught of the day. I was working it down this mangrove line, and JC had just hooked into one, and then I ended up hooking into a pretty nice redfish. So this is pretty much the best retrieve I've found that works. This is the one that's worked for me every single time. Right here's a nice fish. Ended up being about 21, 22 inches, had 6 spots on it. And most of the time also it's right in the corner of the mouth. They rarely choke it, and I've only had that issue happen once so far. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. Like I said, it's going to be a quick tackle talk today. I'm in the process of just getting the new GoPro, and I just figured I wanted to put something out for you guys to watch, and I figured I'd cover spoons just because I've been using them so much lately. Like I said, I prefer these Aqua Dream spoons. They work very well for me. They're very durable. I haven't had a fish bend out a hook yet, and these fish, they hit them really hard, and they really do like them a lot. So go get yourself some Aqua Dream spoons, or if you don't get the Aqua Dream spoon, just get any spoon. Like I said, I never used spoons for a very, very long time, and then finally I started using them, and this is one of my go-to baits. I have it tied on every single time now.